I want to talk about Dustin with you because I was actually trying to get him on with you, which I thought would have been cool, but I never got an answer from him. But he's a busy guy. He's engaged
Oh,
now.
yeah.
You know, he's in like getting into the married life phase.
Yeah, he is.
But when did you like first meet him?
When did I first meet Dustin? Because Dustin's a quiet kid. Like
Yeah.
on the court, he's not gonna say a word to you. Doesn't matter what happens, he's just silent on the court. So I've known Dustin probably since we were in like third or fourth grade. He was always the short kid that we thought was younger than everyone, and he would just give everyone 25 a night. I didn't meet Dustin until probably like my junior, maybe end of my sophomore, start of my junior year. I was looking at different AAU teams, decided to play with them, met him a little bit because I know he had committed to Pierce, and I was like, all right, that's one of the schools I'm looking at. Might as well get a little rapport going with him. I know he's one of their high recruits, so I might as well like meet him, see what it's like. So I met him there. Still, like he takes a little while to open up to people. It's just he was always a quiet kid, but he's a sweetheart. And then of course, moving in freshman year at Pierce, living together, that's when we kind of became really close friends.
Right. Yeah, and that man, I remember him in high school and like I tell like my so I had a conversation about this with Tracy before he moved down because he was like he was like because Dustin actually lives down the road from me, and we were just talking about basketball and stuff like that. And he was like, I remember Dustin, yeah, and he was like, was he good? And I was like, I'm like, you're in like the state where he like. I had never seen a high school basketball kid in Maine be able to just absolutely break down a double team, break both their ankles, and knock down three. He played at our high school my freshman year at the quarterfinals of the state playoffs at the Expo. And we had a really good team that year, and we played him earlier in the regular season, lost by like 1 or 2 points. And he probably put up 30 points by the end of the game, and our season was done by half. It was incredible. He's just so freaking talented.
Yeah.
But
and the crowds that he would draw were crazy. He would get, because Bonny Eagle's a big school, so he would get like on their rival games of if it was him versus Portland or him versus South Portland, you would have people showing up for like the freshman games just because they couldn't get a seat if they tried to get in at the start of his game. You would have people, pack gym for the JV game just so people could watch him. They had to move arenas so many times, like play at St. Joe's or play at the Expo just because everyone wanted to see Dustin. He was that good.